Okay, students of class 7, today we will have a revision on the 8th chapter of your social science, medieval period in the Indian history, or the first chapter of your history. Okay, because next class we're going to have a class test on this very chapter. All right, so we'll just have a revise together. All right. So the first one is keywords. Chronicle. Chronicle means the handwritten records of autobiographies, biographical accounts, and memories of kings and rulers. These are chronicles. Judiciously, carefully, and sensibly. Intermingling. Intermingling means mixing together. Jati, okay, is a term used for a caste or a subcaste. Archive, a place where important documents or books are kept. Okay. Inscription, messages or other carved on stone or metal to give information. Manuscript, a document which is written by hand, type or printed. Patron, influential, wealthy person who supported another person. That's what we call as patron. Periodization, division of periods. Okay, scribe, writer or copier of manuscript. Okay, let's go to question and answers. Which period is regarded as the medieval period in the history of India? Okay, from 8th century AD to 18th century AD. Okay, or from 750 AD to 1750 AD. It's about 1000 years. This period is regarded as the medieval period in the history of India. All right. Why are manuscripts not considered as reliable source of history? Manuscripts were copied by hand. Okay. And there are a number of discrepancies, as well as the scribes, the writers, made small changes here and there. So it is not a reliable source of history. Okay, manuscript, we have already learned something about manuscript, a document which is written by hand, typed or printed. And these were written mostly by the scribes or writers. Okay, what according to Minhaj-e-Siraj did Hindustan comprise of? Minhaj-e-Siraj, he was a Persian writer, scholar, so to say. So according to Minhaj-e-Siraj, Hindustan comprised of Punjab, Haryana, and the lands between Ganga and the Jamuna. All right. How do coins help to reconstruct the history? Coins throw light on many aspects. This is a very reliable source of history, especially name and dates of different rulers, and also on the economics condition of the period. Okay. Name the ruler who issued coins during the medieval period. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Akbar, Jahangir, and many more. All right. So these are some of the names who issued coins during the medieval period. What are the common literary sources of medieval period? The common literary sources of the medieval periods are the chronicle, which includes autobiographies, okay, story written by himself, biographical, story of a person written by someone else, accounts and memories of kings. Okay, these are the common literary sources of the medieval period. Write briefly on the chronicles written during the Sultanate period. The chronicles written during the Sultanate periods were in Urdu, Sanskrit, and many regional languages. Okay, important chronicles written during this period were Babar Nama, Humayun Nama, Ain-e-Akbari, etc., etc. Okay, who was Prophet Muhammad? Okay, let's come to Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad was the founder of Islam. He was born in 570 AD at Mecca and attained enlightenment at the age of 40. He also founded the Arab Empire. You know, Prophet Muhammad was a religious leader as well as a political leader, especially of this Arab. Okay, Arab, he founded Arab Empire. All right. Next question. How had Muhammad founded the Arab Empire? Muhammad had powerful enemies in Mecca. Okay, this is the first point. So he had to flee to Medina in 622 AD. In Medina, he raised an army with the help of the nomadic tribes of Arabia. He then captured Mecca in 630 AD and became its ruler. Okay, in this way, Muhammad unified the Arabs and founded the Arab Empire. Let's go to the next one. Who were the caliph or caliphs? Okay, caliphs and caliph were the same people. Okay, the representatives of the Prophet Muhammad, especially, who were the head of the religious as well as political and military of the Arab Empire. After the death of Muhammad, they were known as caliph, okay, or caliphs. I think there is a spelling mistake right here without Y. What led to the division of Muslim world into two sects? The assassination of the last caliph, okay, in 662 AD led to the division of Muslim into two sects. First one is Shia and another one is Sunni. Okay, let's see the differences between Shia and Sunni Muslims. Shia Muslims who believe that Ali, Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law, was the legitimate leader of the Muslim community. Okay, Prophet Muhammad did not have a son, but he has a son-in-law. And Sunni Muslims who accepted the authority of early leaders, caliphs or caliphs of the community and the succeeding caliphs. So these were or are the two sects of these Muslim, Shia and Sunni Muslims. Okay, differences. What is feudalism? The word feudalism had been derived from the Latin word feudum, meaning land or field granted by a lord or his vassal or subordinate in return for the service or tax. Okay, this is unique type of institution having social, political and economic nature developed in Western Europe following the breakup of Roman Empire. So it happens after the Roman Empire only, feudalism, which was very popular in Europe, okay, during the medieval period. Okay, let's see the next one. Explain the feudal society. The feudal society was a hierarchical society. Okay, you can see from the chart also. Okay, the king was at the top of the hierarchy with peasantry forming the last or the lowest class, peasants. Okay, the king owned all the land in his kingdom. The lords means the nobles are divided into barons, earls and knights. Each of them maintained his own army, which was made available to the service of the overlord. Okay, and the peasants were of three classes: the freeholders, the villeins, and the serf who were like slave. Even among the peasant, serf is ERFs. It should be. There's a spelling mistake right here in the chart. Okay, so chart showing the classification or class division of feudal hierarchy, so to say. Let's see the next one. Factors for decline of feudalism. So this feudalism did not last long. Okay, some of the factors for the decline of feudalism were or are emergence of new class of rich businessmen, rise of independent kingdoms in Europe, occurrence of natural calamities like floods and epidemics. Okay, another one is peasants' revolts, rivalry between the church and the state. Go. These are some of the factors for the decline of feudalism, especially in Europe. Let's go to the next one. Turks. Who were Turks? Turks were the nomadic tribes originally belonging to Turkestan in Central Asia. Okay. Important Turkish tribes include the Seljuks, the Ottomans, the Mamluks, the Bulgars, the Khazars, etc., etc. Okay. So these Turks, the Mamluks, first slave dynasty in India. Okay, Kutubuddin Aibak, Mamluks, who was the famous ruler of the Ottoman Empire. The most famous ruler of the Ottoman Empire was Suleiman the Magnificent. Okay, he ruled from 1520 to 1566 AD. Who were the Mongols? Write a note on the rise of the Mongol Empire. The Mongols were nomadic tribes residing in Mongolia. The Mongols were unified by one person whose name was Temujin in 1206 AD. Temujin was also called Genghis Khan. Okay, Genghis or Genghis Khan. So with the help of a fast-moving and ruthless but disciplined army, he conquered Turkestan, northern China, Korea, Afghanistan, and even parts of Russia and Persia. Alright, so Genghis Khan from Mongolia, he was a very popular king or a very popular ruler. He occupied many places, he conquered many places in the medieval world. Okay, another one is Kublai Khan. Who was Kublai Khan? Kublai Khan was the grandson of Genghis Khan. He completed the conquest of China, and not only that, he became the first emperor of the Yuan dynasty. So next one, how did Timur rebuild the Mongol Empire? I think this has not been mentioned. We'll try to find out together. Who was Marco Polo? Write his contribution. Marco Polo was a famous traveler from Venice, okay, Italy. He had left a book, The Travels of Marco Polo, containing a lot of information about China during the rule of Kublai Khan. Alright, let's go to the next one. Write about the important trade routes of medieval period. The important trade routes of the medieval periods are a land route through Afghanistan to Central Asia, Russia, Constantinople, and beyond. This route was also connected to the famous Silk Route of China, a sea route through the Persian Gulf, and from there by land to Central Asia, and again by sea to Italy. Okay, Rome, most probably. A sea route through the Red Sea, and from there to Italy by land. A sea route to Portugal through the Cape Route discovered by Vasco da Gama in 1498 AD. Okay, a land route to China and other Southeast Asian countries through Manipur. So Manipur is also included in the trade routes of the medieval period, right? India's foreign trade took a good turn with the discovery of Cape Route. Explain. Let's see together this one. India's foreign trade took a good turn with the discovery of Cape Route by Vasco da Gama. Okay, Vasco da Gama from Portugal sailed around the Europe to India, has been named as Cape Route. Alright, with its discovery, Indian foreign trade increased. Spain, Holland, England, France, etc. follow in the steps of the Portuguese to get a share in India's trade. Okay, let's see, last but not the least, write a short note on India's foreign trade during the medieval times. During the medieval times, India's export items to the West include spices, cotton clothes, cotton clothes, forest products, precious stones, pearls, indigo, etc. In return, India imported from China. India's spices were in high demand in the European markets. Okay, so I wish you must revise this one again and again, and I wish you all the best. We're going to have a test in the next class. Thank you.